Mr. Desmond.
Yes, Holly. What's the matter? Didn't you like your bed?
You're going to think I'm pretty weird, but I guess I kind of conked out for a while. I thought I was at home waiting for my dad to come.
Ah, I know. I know the feeling only too well. Sometimes, you know, when memories haunt dreams, nightmares can follow. Now, what you need is a good cup of coffee.
To down the bumpy feeling that comes in the night?
Well, if we're going to do that, then the coffee will have to be extra hot.
Good morning, Dan.
It's too early. Let's wait and see.
Have some coffee. Maybe it'll help.
Oh. 2 cups. ESP, clairvoyance, or witchcraft?
Observation. I saw you heading up from the dock.
Well, let's hope this coffee's better than usual.
Well, it can't be any worse. Perhaps the day will also be an improvement.
I never realized how short my temper fuse really is. I've toured every dock on this island since sunup, and I can't find a single soul who'll run me over to Meljardin.
Too treacherous, too dangerous, too superstitious. The channel, the trip, the belief, in that order.
I can't accept that nobody runs that channel except Quito and Jean-Paul Desmond.
Oh, some have tried. And all have died.
You're saying there's a jinx of some kind?
There's the fear that circulates.
Oh, that's it. Fear, not fact. That's what's infuriating.
Well, combine the two, fact and fear. That channel is a cross between a tide and a continual tornado. It's full of rocks and shoals. Actually, it's never even been properly charted. Maybe it's Jean-Paul's protection against a world trying to beat a path to his door.
A door that seems locked, always from the inside. Now, all right, that channel is tricky. Why can't some natives run it by instinct?
It's instinct that prevents them from even trying. Dan, it's no accident that that island is called Meljardin.
Oh, yes, the old Garden of Evil legend. That goes way back to Jean-Paul Desmond's ancestors, back almost 300 years.
But its history of death keeps being updated.
Oh, come on, Vanjie. It's too early in the morning for me to buy that. What is it? Did someone else over there die?
Someone controlled by what goes on there. Haven't you heard about my father?
Since my father's death, everything's become so complicated.
I know, but that was quite some time ago, Holly.
But not enough time.
Yes, but enough time to make an adjustment, don't you think?
That's strange coming from you. You yourself won't make an adjustment about your wife's death. Well, you think you can give her a chance to make the scene again. If you really believe that...
I do. That Erica will return again. I'm sorry that your father wasn't given the same chance to return to you. Well, I must be off. Quito and the boat are waiting. I have to go over to the main island and pick up some flowers for the service today. You will attend, will you?
If Matt Dawson's conducting it, no thank you.
I'm asking for Erica's sake. Will you come?
I guess I'm just kind of on a swing that pushes me up and then pulls me right back down again.
Well, if your attitude levels off, then the swing will stop. And you'll be better off for it.
Please, don't you play the good gay Padre, too. One's enough. You've already hung Matt Dawson around my neck.
Now, that wasn't my doing. Dr. Carr asked that he be brought over. She wanted a service for her sister.
And you agreed?
Well, yes, to ease her mind.
And your conscience?
It's not troubled, I assure you. What I'm doing for Erica is correct.
I don't know about chironics.
No, cryonics.
Cryonics. But I sure dig the idea. If you can bring your wife back to life, go to it.
Nothing on earth or in heaven will stop me. It's all right. It's just the generator. It's about as temperamental as the weather.
Temperamental? Wow, I promised to pose for Tim this morning. I better get going or he'll throw a tantrum.
Generator, indeed. That inanimate I am not. Now, that little thunder and lightning show was to change the subject so that the sweet child would prepare to pose for dear Erica's portrait, if ever it's going to be finished. And it will. Unless the artist or his temporary model is finished first. Dear me, it does pose a dilemma. Pose, portrait, dilemma. Do you get the play on words? But I assure you, I'm not playing games. I warn you, even the devil can go too far. Warn me? Let me warn you never to warn me again, or the lights may go out forever. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, you were on your way to the main island. Well, get a move on. And don't just bring back flowers. That's all I need. How about Dan Forrest? The one loose end that needs to be tied. He doesn't work for me. I want to be sure that he doesn't work against you.
The forces of evil are at work.
Your father and Erica, dead. Are you certain about her?
Tarot cards do not lie.
You mean these fortune-telling cards? For a moment, I thought you knew something more concrete.
I do. Erica Desmond is dead.
Based on your bag of ESP tricks, I'm a lawyer. I need more substantial facts.
I'd start with these. For over a week now, death on that island has been flashing me warnings and signs of more to come.
Come on, Angie. Purely circumstantial.
Okay. Then how do you explain why the minister was taken there? Why Dr. Mencken died? Why Mrs. Desmond's sister, Alison Carr, never returned, and why she wrote you a letter asking for help? And why was Holly, the little stowaway, kept there? And why was her mother taken there to join her? And why were you fired? Answer one, and you've answered all.
A series of unique happenings which will probably clarify themselves.
A convenient but unconvincing conclusion that would be thrown out of court.
Along with ESP.
Before my father, the conjure man, died, he told me.
Unilateral evidence won't stand up before a judge either.
Except the Almighty.
Do you mean to say, when Alison and I first came down here, it had already happened?
I believe it had.
Then why didn't Jean-Paul tell us when we saw him here?
If it was Jean-Paul.
Who else could it have been?
The man who signed your document. Jacques Eloi Desmondes.
But he's been dead for 300 years. My office researched it, and history proves it.
My father feared, and I fear, too, that he walks again.
Oh. Ghosts, reincarnation, are we back to that?
Transmutation. Perhaps he's trying to possess Jean-Paul's body.
Well, if he does, and mind you, I don't for a minute believe it, what happens to Jean-Paul?
And everyone on Maljardin. That's why they all need help. This way, a man of immense wealth and prestige and power in the world. Reverse him, and he becomes the traditional card of ill omen, the devil himself. Jean-Paul Desmond, or Jacques Eloi Desmondes.
Card tricks. But fascinating, aren't they?